Yep, the video first. Oh,
No,
okay.
you couldn't.
No,
I
need
know.
it
There we
again.
Button first.
Yeah. What?
It's a little
Oh,
PG-13, Brandon.
Oh, look
my
at that! And he comes in at the last second.
Late.
We're already live, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to yet another edition. Somehow we're still allowed to stream on YouTube of Clickbait Sports. That's right, lady. I'm your host, I guess, for this evening because we decided that 3 minutes ago. Tom Grassi, and hey, we got a show for you tonight that we came up with 25 minutes ago. Anyway, let's introduce the peeps around the room. Starting, I think I'm going to do this right. There we go. Nailed it. Yeah. Starting to my right, but I mean, technically, if I'm looking at the screen, it's whatever. You got the doctor, Brandon Perna of That's Good Sports. Brandon Perna, how are you?
Good. I'm ready to tell people some truth about medical science today.
It's not going to be controversial at all. And then over here, this way here. Oh, I'm getting good at this pointing thing. We got a man whose taste is just so refined when it comes to the musical arts. He just dives in and just absorbs everything through his ear holes. One Mr. Urinating Tree.
I know COVID takes away your sense of smell and taste. I wish it would take away your sense of hearing. I would immediately get it for that stream, and it would have been much better than it was.
Thank you. Well, it seems this is already going to be a problem.
I hate you, Tom.
Yep,
That was rigged.
It's going to be a problem, but it's okay. It's all right. We're going to be good. And then, there we go. There we go. All right, there we go. Hanging out in his finest over here. Unfortunately, not in a Shakespearean costume. We have Mr. 5 Point Vids.
You see, I dressed up for the show.
You did?
Right? I just
Looking good.
I was running and then I had to do stuff. But I'm here and I want to talk about 5G reception in our athletes.
Absolutely. And don't worry, we're going to get to it. And finally, last but certainly not least, we have the man who's hoping the Dallas Cowboys
15-2.
through the roof.
15-2.
Scooter Magruder.
Minimum. Listen,
Scoots, how we doing?
I'm glad to be here, and I told you guys before this even started, there is communism, there is democracy, but coming soon, there will be scootocracy. Wait for it. Wait for it. It is coming. Do I have your vote, chat? Magruder 2032. Do I have your vote? Yes or no? Yes or no?
As we try to lobby for our presidential bids here, it seems that my stream has already been hijacked by a couple of high donos. So this is
what happens when you tease with the bulls, man.
Can
That
you
punishment
explain?
went too
I thought we
far
learned
over
our
the
lesson
weekend,
last
dude.
week, Tree. I thought we
you
learned.
explain-
No,
here's
I'm
your
not
thing.
saying how the
I'm not
donations
gloating
work.
that you lost. I'm saying this because they see you as the reason why we had to deal with Antonio Brown's album.
Excuse me.
That's why.
Excuse me. Well, I think that the perception of this is all wrong. Is all wrong.
No, it's not. It's not.
It's
that.
all
No.
wrong because
No.
see, Tree, your fans adore you. They love you.
They
just
want to see me
gave them
suffer. It's shot
more
of
of
misery
you.
brings humor.
I just gave them
Some of
more
the
of
best
you.
humor is misery.
That's it. Listen, you know this economy. You know it's starting to come back, but I wanted to make sure you got those donos. Keep the lights on. I am a humanitarian. That's
Can
what
you,
communism
for
is.
those unaware of
Yeah,
what's
if you're a
happening,
humanitarian and
someone
you violate the
explain the
Geneva Accords,
situation?
there you go.
Can someone explain the situation
Yeah,
here
let's
for
let
those
me explain
unaware?
Super Chats
Let's just
first.
break down.
If this is your first episode of Clickbait Sports, I'm so sorry. But the way that it works is we are streaming on our individual channels, and Scooter is hiding in Exodus over in Twitch land. And did you just get 500?
What the fuck?
Yes! All right, sorry. Anyway, so the creator that gets the most amount of money donated to them in the super chats, it gets tallied up at the very end, which, by the way, we're going to have a cutoff today. Thank you, Justin. Love you. Love you, buddy. Communism forever. And the winner who gets the most donos loses, and we all pick their punishment. Urinating Tree lost last week in a
controversial
showdown.
loss.
It was very controversial. It was rigged. It was like stuff coming in at like 4 a.m, and it's just like, oh, here is a $500 donation.
By the way, Urinating Tree is still the target since he wanted to, and Dustin donated. So just saying. Anyway, so
sure.
Urinating Tree lost last week this way, and he had to listen to the entirety of the Antonio Brown album, which I will say,
Timothy.
if it wasn't written in the Geneva Convention before this, it is now, because that was horrific.
Timothy.
Yeah, and you call yourself a humanitarian.
I didn't. To be fair.
Uh-huh.
I didn't realize it was going to be that bad.
Oh, dude, you knew it was going to be that bad. You heard a whole lot of money.
I just listened to a whole lot of money, so I just thought it'd be
Antonio
a whole lot
Brown
of that.
rapping.
Which, like, whole lot of money,
do you
like,
think it's going to be good?
Like, it's not going to win, any Grammys, but like, it wasn't like atrocious. I thought it'd be some of that, but no. If
no one says, hey, you should check out this album, it's kind of fire. If it's an hour long, that it's not fire, right? You don't even need. If no one shared it on Twitter,
5 people have to go to a hospital.
Yeah,
there's no fire going on.
There were at least 6 songs he made with his then girlfriend at the time. Like that should have told you all you needed to know.
Is that the one that he tried to throw a piano on from his?
Who am I to judge?
Antonio Brown is worse than I am at editing himself down into a tight, cohesive, creative piece. I actually admire him sticking to his guns and putting out an album that's over an hour long, because I feel like if I were in the studio, it would be the same problem. The producer would be like, we need to cut 40 seconds off this track. I think we need to add 40 seconds, guy.
Listen. The guitar solo was amazing. That's all I can say.
Somebody get my guitar.
Someone gave him the guitar, and he got his guitar. But you know what? That's in the past, and obviously we are moving forward. And I'm sure that it's going to be respectable. It won't be. Oh, Jesus! It won't be.
What just happened?
The thing is, it's like I don't know how to top that. Like that's gonna be like I heard Isaiah Wilson has a rap album. Maybe I'll take a gander at that.
I think that rap album torture should be off the table now for Tree, at least, because that was cruel and unusual. I mean, you made this man give 3 hours of his life for your punishment, which you parried at the end, which technically you guys tied. Wait.
That's what I mean. Your entire background should be full of head and shoulders.
Okay, all right. Let's pump the brakes.
No, you're trying to back yourself out. You got your underground things. You're talking back in the background. You're bribing people.
It's a buzzer beater.
Send to me. I know what's happening.
It makes it exciting. That's what you said, 5. But now we're changing the tale. I'm just saying.
What are we talking about today? What's on the agenda?
Yeah, we should talk about the show. You guys should make out or something at the end of the show.
No, we're talking about dissidents. Trust me, in this particular the NFL.
Yeah, let's transition this into a less controversial topic like vaccines. So because I am a wealth of knowledge when it comes to the basketball, I know that an NBA player got the COVIDs last week, right?
He had a hot date with Corona Chan.
Was it Chris Paul? Was it?
Yep. Chris Paul.
Okay. Yes. Oh, two first names, Chris Paul.
Got it. Okay. All right. So the Chris Paul got the COVIDs. Now, was he vaccinated before he got the COVID?
We have no idea.
I believe he was. They're saying he was.
Okay. So here's the thing. Here's what we're going to talk about today. And I feel like this was a good topic because this has been popping up in the news even before the Sean Paul incidents. I know I said Sean Paul, but it's been an issue before because you had like Sam Darnold come out, right? And I think was it with the Washington football team, they were going to bring in like experts and they were just like, no, like Montez Sweat was like, I want to do my own research. I want to get informed. And they're like, well, that's why the experts are coming in. But, so I thought that this would be an interesting topic to potentially tackle suited there today on the show about should players be mandatorily, like, should they have to get vaccinated? Should it be up to the choice? Should it be up to individual teams? Should it be an NFL policy as a private corporation? What are we thinking, boys?
I guess I'll go first. The Yankees had a player that also has been vaccinated, had corona once already, and then got it again. So let's get the efficacy of the like it's not 100%, and
Sure.
they've told us that from the beginning. They haven't been like, yo, this is lockdown vaccination, measles level vaccination power. But clearly the anti-vaxxing athletes such as Cole Beasley or Sam Darnold have a case, right? They can point to multiple examples, and if it's made public that Chris Paul had been vaccinated. So I don't know whether it's public information that he was or not. For me personally, I think every athlete and everyone around them should be vaccinated. However, I don't think it should be mandatory because you still have a choice. That's the point of freedom in America. If you don't want a needle stuck in your body, that's fine.
Unless it's for steroids, then players don't care.
Then it's fine.
PEDs,
Right.
juice me up. Toradol,
But if the league,
painkillers, oh yeah.
yes. But if the league or if a team says, "Hey, look, we don't want any unvaccinated players around," that's their private entity. They can do what they want, and if they don't want that icky around, but it just doesn't make sense if 29 out of 30 guys get vaccinated and you're going to force that one guy that doesn't want it. Now, the other thing is I've had awful thoughts. What if there's some type of thing in the vaccination where it gets activated somehow by Russia and then everyone that's gotten vaccinated is dead?
No, it's not Russia.
It just makes you bad at sports.
It's not Russia that's going to do that. It's Bill Gates.
Yes, Bill Gates, in order to cover up his involvement in Epstein Island. No, but it's perfectly
monetize this now.
How much of an 8D chess would that be if they were like, look, we're going to release this engineered virus, force all of America to get vaccinated.
Well, let's take a step back. Let's take one step back here. Let's just talk about the vaccine in general. The vaccine is not meant for you to never get corona if you get the vaccine. Okay? That's something that a lot of people do not understand. The vaccine is not meant for you to get the vaccine and you never get corona. The vaccine is meant for if you get corona, you don't have hospital-like symptoms. You won't die from COVID. That's what the vaccine is for. So, yes, it is possible for Chris Paul to have gotten the vaccine and still get coronavirus. With that knowledge, should a team be able to enforce their players getting a vaccine?
Well, I feel
it's
like
hard.
They can. They could. I mean,
it's like the same thing with students, right? There was no problem enforcing children getting measles shots, right? Making sure you can't go to school. You can't go through a K-12 school right now without a measles shot, without your malaria shots. So what is the difference from saying to an athlete, well, hey, you can't play for us if you don't have this or that?
The measles vaccine is a little bit more scientifically proven, and you've got years and years and years of data proving the efficacy of measles and smallpox and all that stuff. This is a brand new virus, and we are really, it was fast-tracked into production. And for me personally, I got it, right? Like my whole family's vaccinated. Didn't put me on my ass like I thought it would, but and I was against it initially, but then I was like, I want to travel. I want to do all these things.
What if the same question applies 10 years from now? 10 years from now, teams are saying you got to get the coronavirus shot to play for my team. Is it just because this is brand new virus that everyone's taken aback?
I think the main thing there too is there's a lot of reason to be skeptical, especially with certain side effects that people have with it. Moderna will knock you out for a couple of days. Johnson & Johnson's had issues in terms of like blood clots. AstraZeneca as well. There's like a case with a very rare case with somebody's skin peeling off with Johnson & Johnson. You also have to remember with Moderna and Pfizer, you're dealing with mRNA vaccines, which they're still in its infancy, and they have limitless potential, especially if you're looking towards like cures with cancer or any other type of degenerative disease. But
mRNA
it's still like a long way.
mRNA is not actually in its infancy. mRNA actually is an older drug that has been studied. It's just coming more out mainstream now because all the money has been pouring into it.
Yep,
Now.
to
So it's actually
Pfizer, Moderna.
it's actually an older technology than mRNA, but people just haven't used it because it hasn't been proven. Now it's proven. And so because of this, actually,
I don't know.
we're going to be seeing a lot of more vaccines down the line, mRNA vaccines that are going to be curing a lot of diseases. They're already in stage 2 trials in cancer right now for mRNA vaccine.
Yeah.
So
Either that or we're just screwed beyond belief. Like some of us are going to grow a tail.
yeah, we could be screwed up.
I
The chip
think
could be
what a lot of people
Scooter's
are
going to
worried
become
about.
an Eagles fan.
Yeah.
And,
Okay, that's too.
Like I think what a lot of people are worried about are the long-term ramifications because it did get fast-tracked through a lot of FDA regulations. They didn't have to worry about that. Most vaccines will take years of trial and error to make sure like the long-term stuff isn't out of the way. Like I know like a lot of people say like you're an anti-vaxxer if you don't agree with these vaccines, but I feel like most people like they agree with like, you know, the MMR vaccine, measles, rubella, tetanus. I think there's a new chickenpox vaccine that came out, but those have been tested for a long time. And I think like with this one, it's like, okay, let's back up a little bit. You don't buy a video game system or an OS like on its first release. You wait until the kinks get out and then you buy it. And I think that's what some people are probably waiting for.
When
I'm
is
waiting
that
for the
time though? How long is it until someone like the NFL or a business says, hey, look, this vaccine's been out for 3 years. There's been minimal cases. There's no reports that show any side effect, any major side effects. We are now requiring this for you to do this.
If it's like a couple years down the road, then fine. But like, I think they're more worried about long term. If it's like 1 year and they're saying like, okay, now you got to do this, I don't think that's fair because there are still a lot of people that are skeptical, as you can see from like a lot of people trying to dodge the question of the vaccine. Some people may still have the vaccine and dodge it, but that's because they might want to protect their teammates or people that are against it.
It's funny though, and I want to go back to the issue of should it be mandatory, but it's funny to watch people that made fun of anti-vaxxers also not be willing to go get the COVID vaccine. There's been so much hypocrisy in the last year and a half that it has been I think everyone has become dumber in the last year, not by actually being dumber, but by seeing dumb things literally every day.
I can say this as a doctor. I think doctors are not to be trusted because when I was a baby, the doctors told my mom I would be 5'11". Liars, absolute liars. Another issue is I think it really depends on if you like the player or not. So Josh Allen, if he doesn't want to get the vaccine, really good football player, don't care. Sam Darnold, not very good. Also, you get sick all the time, dude. You might want to get the shot to help your immune system. You literally got mono during the season, which I didn't even know an adult could get. So that's my only issue there. Also, players who speak out against it, like Joe Mixon, can shut the F up because I don't think Joe Mixon's allowed to have an opinion anymore. I just don't think he's allowed to have an opinion about it. Other than that, I don't care. As long as the doctor who said I would be 5'11" eventually turns out to be right.
You still have a couple years.
Wow.
The doctor said I was going to be like 6'2". And
you still got some years, Perna.
I got some time, guys.
How tall are your parents, Dr. Perna?
That's none of your business. That's private information, and that's between me and my family.
Because I dunked on my parent. My dad's like 5'8", and my mom's like 5'2".
No, my dad's like 5'11".
5'11", baby. Yeah.
No. I'm 5'11" officially, and you're shorter than me. You're more like 5'10".
You know what?
Adam's he's a 5'11" liar.
Okay. There you go, rocking the dad shoes and socks.
Mm-hmm.
Let's do this. Let's go on to something a little less controversial, like 5G.
Oh, you guys know actually what I do want to talk about because I saw a TikTok about it and I was like, oh my gosh, got me caught up on everything. I don't know that much about baseball, right? I'm in the infancy stage right now, but I'm learning. I did see, though, there have been several reports about foreign substances Okay, and they're like cracking down on it.
In baseball.
If you guys want to explain the situation to the chat for those who don't follow baseball, 5 points or Tree, get everyone caught up with the situation.
I probably have the most baseball playing experience, former high school varsity player here.
I thought we were gonna get like a national state champ, 3-star recruit. You just made the team. Okay.
Yeah,
Thanks.
I had a 333 batting average in high school.
That ain't bad.
pretty good.
Because I went 1 for 3.
Ooh,
Three
But still, I
total,
mean, should have had
Better than
scouts
me.
knocking on your door, dude.
2 sacrifice flies. Yeah, I was a
oh,
bench
yeah, bro.
warmer. But anyways,
Speaking of
we'll get back to this. So
like your coffee, been
throwing a baseball is hard, and the way that you get people out is to get the ball to move at the end or during the pitch, either a curveball or a fastball that rises, etc. And what has developed over the years is pitchers want to increase spin rate, which is how fast the ball is spinning, so that it not only is a little bit more denser, it's going faster, and it's also moving in different directions and can be controlled. So what they've developed is this stuff called sifted substance called spider tack,
Good job, Five.
which is basically glue that not only sticks to the fingers but also allows you to release the ball. And this spider tack has allowed pitchers to throw the ball with increased velocity, increased spin rate. And Trevor Bauer, who is everyone's favorite YouTuber / baseball player, at first was hating on everyone and was like, look, everyone's using this sticky stuff. Y'all need to stop. He was a anti-sticky stuff campaign, and then the MLB did nothing about it. And he was like, fine, you don't want to hear me? I'm going to start using it. And then he started using it, and he won a Cy Young, and he signed a $38 million contract. And then he has beef with this other guy named Garrett Cole, who has been accused of cheating and has fumbled his way through questions. So now the MLB, halfway through the season, it is now June 17th, decided, you know what, this problem's out of control. We got to shut it down. And players are claiming that they got hurt from not being able to cheat anymore, which I think is ridiculous. And
So can you explain that? Why would they be upset that they can't do this anymore? Can you explain the benefit of using this?
I'm curious of just why the MLB. I'm sorry. Did they allow it in the first place?
no, they never permitted it, but they turned a blind eye. It was like the
Never
steroids
enforced it.
era. They're like,
I
oh,
see.
yeah.
Okay.
And
this is spider tacked. It's
spider tack.
Spider-Man's. It's like his semen.
Spider
And
tack.
apparently-
You can buy it on Amazon. Like they're selling. It looks like goop, but
Yeah.
it's super.
And
sticky.
so
Spider-Man semen, for sure.
also there were some pitchers who just use like sunscreen. So they'll have sunscreen on their pitcher glove, and they'll just apply sunscreen, which is allowed.
That's
Sunscreen is
BS.
allowed.
Yep.
That-
They have
pitchers
resin on
should
the
have
back
to
of the
get
mound for that
skin
reason.
cancer.
So me as someone who used to pitch, right? Like I was very anti against any form. So like doctoring the ball is just dirty, right? It's just dirty, and it's not
Brady.
it's not really throwing. And I had kind of a natural movement to my fat, so I didn't need to cheat, right? But I know some people that would scuff the ball. I know some people that would use the sticky stuff. And I guess if you're a major leaguer, fine. But my issue is, and I'm anti foreign substances. My issue is though that major leagues let it happen for so long, and now they want to crack down on it, like in the middle of the
And
year.
another reason why they are cracking down as well is because for some of the pitchers using the balls are getting away from them when they're throwing these fastballs, and they're causing injuries. They're hitting dudes in the face, literally, because their fastballs are getting away from them. So it's a problem. It is a problem.
And the real reason why they're cracking down on it is because pitchers are starting to become unhittable and offense is down.
Making baseball
and the
even
product,
more boring.
right? It's affecting the product on the field. So
Got it.
Major League Baseball went through the effort of toning down the baseball so that there would be less home runs, and then the pitchers picked up the effort of putting sticky stuff on their hands, and now offense is way down and they want to see home runs. So
I love how the MLB is like the opposite of the NFL. They're like, let's take what's making this game exciting and get rid of it. I was like, let's see, how can we make scoring more easy for the offense?
Well,
We will make rules to change that every single offseason.
Thing with baseball is that it's become the epitome of a three true outcome sport. Every time you go, it's either a strikeout, a walk, or a home run. The MLB's always been worried about elongating the games. Guess what elongates games? High pitch counts, walks, strikeouts, and home runs. The art of base running is dead. We've learned that from the last couple weeks. The art of fielding is dying. The art of stolen base is pretty much fallen off. Gap power has really fallen off too. The thing with baseball is I feel like it's becoming too smart for its own good. Batters are more focused on launch angle and exit velocity instead of just say, okay, I'm just going to put the ball in play like a Tony Gwynn. He never really cared about exit velocity. He worried about, okay, how do I get this for a single, get myself on base? And I think that's kind of a lost art these days.
I see the level of comprehension in Tom Grossi's face, and it's just off the charts. He is understanding all these terms: F-WAR, X fielding independent pitching, B-WAR. We got all these phrases. Now, to me, my main contention with it is, why would you wait until the middle of the year? Basically just continue to turn the blind eye, because now if you guys watch this channel called Baseball Doesn't Exist, he's done a couple videos on it, and I feel like he personally helped raise awareness for the cheating. And he said that the stickiness was so obvious that pitchers, you could actually hear the ball ripping out of their hands. That's how sticky this stuff is. And it was causing blisters and stuff. And they said that the effect, though, of this sticky stuff was better than steroids. It's more effective. You look at guys like Garrett Cole, who's at the center of this for being one of the biggest cheaters. He was garbage as a Pittsburgh Pirate. And then he went to the Astros, and they hooked him up with this sticky stuff, and all of a sudden he's a great pitcher. Tyler Glasnow.
Wait, the Astros cheated twice? They did the garbage can and they're doing the sticky stuff?
Oh, yeah. So Trevor Bauer has accused everyone of this.
I thought Trevor Bauer was also accused of that, though.
They did sticky garbage cans too.
Yeah, so they're just sticky and icky. That is the Houston. He cheated in every way possible, and really, what it makes me wonder is what teams just didn't What are the two dumbass teams that didn't cheat?
Right? The Rockies, probably.
If you didn't,
the Rockies apparently tried their own sign stealing thing in 2018, and they still they didn't want to.
We're just bad at it. We were just too dumb.
Oh, yeah. I think that's a fastball. I think he swung already. Slider.
I can't wait to see the Pirates try and cheat, and they still suck.
Think about how technology has evolved. They have literally, the government has bugs that can listen in on you that look like actual bugs. Okay. Oh. And you don't think that you can't go to Best Buy with a couple grand and find a buzzer system to relay signals into a batter? Come on. I could figure that out in an afternoon.
Yeah, just go to Radio Shack.
Yeah.
All I know is I saw a tweet about Aaron Judge, and it was this year, this was his hit percentage. This year, this was his hit percentage. This was the year we started using video technology to track every hit that he had. And it was disappointing, to say the least.
Dude, there's so much cheating in I feel like the only sports that are clean and cheating is how are you going to cheat in basketball? What is there to cheat other than flopping and doing dirty stuff and sticking out your leg? And hockey, what are you going to use, an illegal stick? Or hockey is pretty devoid of cheating other than steroids. Football, you could steal signs, you can look for an edge, but baseball is so much opportunity to cheat. This is a sport that's
there's so much time to think about how to cheat while you're actually still playing the game.
Yeah, so it's just, to me, there's always going to be cheating until they come up with some system where either the signals are relayed into the pitcher from the dugout, he's got an earpiece, in the NFL, or
why don't they do that? Right now, what is to stop them from doing it?
For the technology, they want the game to be as resembling of the old school game, but every time I suggest that on Twitter, no one no one gives me any spec for it because they're just like,
we
that's
had this
stupid.
conversation on the show, like when I'm sorry, I don't remember what game it was, but when the ump made like a really bad call, like that he leaned into the pitch and he got hit by it. I don't remember who that was or what team it was. And I think I asked, I was like, how come they are not like doing instant replay where they can actually challenge that? I understand they have instant replay, but they couldn't. They was just like, oh yeah, it hit him, right? They couldn't like look at intention or if he leaned. Like it seems to, and this is from a pure outsider. Like I used to watch baseball a bit, but like now, like it just loses my interest. And I don't fault anybody for liking it, but I think that, you know, John Boy has done like a nice job of like introducing kind of like this new wave of fandom into it. But I feel like with stuff like that, like people, this is the stuff like that gets out about baseball, right? It's like umps not knowing what they're doing. It's like cheating, like with the Astros. It's the sticky stuff. Like that's the kind of stuff that reaches like the casual or not really participating in baseball watching fan. And I feel like that just does worse for the game.
Yeah, what they would prefer for you to learn about is Fernando Tatis Jr. hitting grand slams and then throwing the bat up into the air like 30 feet. Like that's the product that they want you to perceive. But what we're talking about today is sticky stuff.
But even if you hit a grand slam, though, right? And then it's like the unwritten rules thing, which was from a few weeks ago. That was like bad. I'm like, that's the stupidest crap I've ever heard of in my life.
That's been an issue for a very long time.
So it just seems to me like there's these spoken, unwritten things that just make the sport less enjoyable. And it's not like it's for a good reason. Like the NFL, like a lot of people were like, oh, I want to watch NFL Blitz, right? Like I want to watch somebody drop kick somebody, and they changed a lot of things for safety and all that great stuff. And like people complain, don't get me wrong, and all that. But like at least that you could back it up and be like, listen, we don't want these guys having memory loss when they're 45 years old. And I'm like, okay, like you get it. A reasonable person understands that. These things, I don't get it.
The thing that baseball has going for it, and I think they need to do this more often, is that like the best part of baseball is when a home run or foul balls hit into the stands and a middle-aged woman swipes the ball away from a child getting the ball. Which I saw on Twitter this week, and I think
that's an old
more
clip.
Adults need to steal just a piece of joy from children, just as a general life lesson.
Yeah, just let them know what they have to look forward to in life.
Yeah,
give them
something great. Here comes
cold
something
life
great,
lesson.
and somebody bigger than you takes it away.
People are assholes.
By the way, it is everyone's dream though to catch the foul ball and give it to the kid like that. Like you're just the hero in that person's life, and I got to experience that last.
You gave it to a kid.
Yeah, I was in the Marlins dugout in a spring training game, and they hit a foul ball off the screen, and I caught it barehanded. And then gave it to the kid, and threw it up on it.
Can I get AWW in the chat, please? AWW in the chat. I think this is a perfect opportunity to segue to the Madden cover reveal. Do you guys know who's on the cover?
Have you literally bring that up too? Yeah. The MVP edition, which doesn't feature the MVP.
I thought they had two GOATs on there, and one of them's like Patrick Mahomes, and the other's Tom Brady. So I don't see where the GOATs are.
MVP edition, it's not the reigning defending MVP's not there.
I honestly thought it was going to be Dak and Zeke on the cover. They had two GOATs. I was like, what am I supposed to think of this?
It was going to be Daniel Jones and Dave Gettleman.
No, it was going to be Le'Veon and Antonio Brown.
I thought it was going to be Nathan Peterman. And Nathan Peterman, him like a clone of Nathan Peter. Look at this.
Does this mean that they're cursed now? Like the Chiefs and the Bucs are not even making the playoffs?
Well, you have to remember, Patrick Mahomes was on the Madden cover.
He won the Super Bowl.
A ring.
Yeah.
He got injured for 2 weeks, but that was it.
And Antonio Brown put out a very successful rap album after being on the cover. So obviously the curse is dead.
Well, Antonio Brown had 2 years of curse. Maybe it just extended onto him.
Yeah, Brady was on 18, Mahomes was on 20. Now they're coming together on 2022. That's got to be like a double curse. They have to be they're going to get the worst curses we've ever seen.
Brett Favre was on one, and then he retired and became a Jet.
2009. It was the 2009. They had him in a Packers uniform, and then they had him in a Jets uniform. Yep.
Mm-hmm. They had to reprint the cover.
Yep.
The timing for Aaron Rodgers then is even better.
Yeah. They should put Aaron Rodgers on now, and then he'll become a Bronco.
No, the two GOATs are Aaron Rodgers and Deshaun Watson.
Oh, Jesus.
Has Deshaun been on the cover? Who's the worst cover athlete in Madden history?
Peyton
Probably
Hillis.
Peyton Hills. He had that really good year that one year.
Oh
did
my
hard.
gosh, a blast from the past.
Yeah,
Peyton Hillis
was
was a
in
beast
the-
that one year.
he was in the teaser trailer for the new
yeah.
Madden one.
Yep.
And
So-
it didn't make any sense though, because like they had the goats in the barn, and then the goats come out of the barn, and then it pans over to Peyton Hillis, and he's on the phone, and like he says they did it again, and they did what? They
I mean,
put the
2010, they had Palomalu and the card.
Larry Fitzgerald.
Larry
Yeah.
Fitzgerald on it, because that was actually a good Madden. Like they had 2 on it, so maybe that's what he's referring to. I mean, listen, I
Yeah.
think bring back the fan voting and make someone, like Case Cookus be the front.
Oh,
and center
yeah.
of Madden. Gardner Minshew would win like every single year.
Yeah.
Though the fact that, you know what? Listen, I know we're talking about all this stuff and it's kind of important, but he shaved off his mullet.
shaved off this source of
That's
power.
terrible.
It's got
I
it.
think this could be like a Samson situation here, where now we're going to see this man's overall ability and performance plummet.
It's going to go down. Yeah, there's no way that he's going to do well now. Like this
He's going
is
to lose his job to T-Law right out of camp because T-Law has the long hair anyway.
That could be Tebow. He might be third string now. We don't know. We don't
Tebow's
know.
tight end QB.
He's going to get beaten out by Cody Kessler.
Oh my god!
Wow.
Dude.
Wow.
I did not
You
do
guys
that.
see
with
what
my
I have
hand.
to deal with? As
okay.
long as you see it, chat.
It's okay
As long
because
as
he's
you see it.
fine. He's fine. It's okay.
Wow.
It would've been better if he
turn on at the
like
time.
would do.
Wow. I gotta tell no one in the chat, please. Tell no one in the chat, please.
That's
Wow.
that was rough.
The next NBA 2K should have James Harden in a fat suit.
Or Ben Roethlisberger normally.
Oh,
This
the
is why-
fumble snap. Mm.
This is why Drew Lock will be the starting quarterback for the Broncos day one.
You know what?
Did you-
Scooter, I
did you see that
100%
tweet?
agree. I agree.
Did you see
know
that
what?
tweet? That was
Yep.
like, I don't know who said it, but they were like, the Broncos are fine because they have Drew Lock. And then I tagged you in it, and then you didn't reply. And then
Did
I
you
was like,
see it?
I must
Did
have
you
missed
see
that
it?
one.
And then I was
must have
like,
missed
okay.
it.
okay. I wouldn't have replied either. But
I
I don't
remember
know.
there was
I get a lot of tweets, guys.
Hey, Five, you remember that guy from the dumpster fire who, like, when they were like 3-4, said they were going to go 11-5?
Yeah,
That
yeah.
was
that was a
brilliant.
good one. Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, but there
That's
was
the
this-
hottest take I've ever heard.
I seem to remember some guy saying that the Cowboys would win 15 games.
Yes,
This
I think that's even
upcoming
hotter of a take, dude.
Uh-huh.
So, as I
I-
said, when they go
I just
0
can't wait
3
for
and
that Ryan
4, we're going to
Fitzpatrick
celebrate.
jersey.
Mm.
Oh, it's gonna be so great. And again, like extra large.
for
Like
those of you unaware, I have a bet that the Dallas Cowboys, America's team, will be going 15-2 at a minimum. Like, we could be the first team to go 17-0. If I win, I get a signed, and I don't even know if these are available. I get
Yeah.
a signed
Yeah.
Emmett Smith Arizona Cardinals jersey, which I don't even know if I
It
want.
didn't have to be the Cardinals jersey. No, it'd be
No,
anywhere
it'd be
you
Cowboys
want.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I get
Anyone that you want.
any Cowboys jersey signed I want.
Well,
but
no,
if
then,
I
yeah, whatever. I said Emmett Smith, but yeah,
but if I lose,
not gonna matter. But
which I won't, because we might
the
literally.
week 1, dude. Like they can only lose 2 more games the entire season. It's a long season.
Bro,
Like, it's gonna be bad.
I've seen the future.
What
If I
size
lose,
you-
though, if I lose, I will have to purchase a. What is it?
Ryan Fitzpatrick, Washington football team jersey, and it has to be like at least 4 sizes too big, and you have to wear it.
Are we going Ryan Fitzpatrick or Wildflower? Chat, let me know.
It was supposed to be Fitzpatrick.
Okay, okay.
I think it's Fitzpatrick.
For the
Scooter,
sake
what's
of the show?
What's
I hope
that?
the Cowboys start 10-0. I really, at this point, I want the Cowboys to start 10-0, so the tension really builds. And just so you know, Scooter, I'm actually a big Dak Prescott fan. I like the way Dak Prescott plays the game. I like to call him Dascott from time to time because I'm such a big Dak fan. So it's
He's a nice guy.
good fun. I think he's underrated. I think he's an underrated player.
I think if you've been paying attention at all to the Cowboys in their offseason, Dak looks great in camp. And you know who else looks very explosive? Is Zeke. Everyone in camp right? Reporters.
They're the only
Players.
explosions he has are the fumbles he gets because he has the diarrhea from Chipotle.
Watch what happens. The man, they are saying he's in the best shape of his life.
Yes, he's a rectangle instead of a square.
Here's a question for everybody, because I'm sure we all follow our teams closely, right? You follow in the dumb training camp news. What, like, as the Broncos have a quarterback competition, you learn that when you don't really have a starting quarterback, all you're going to hear about is like how well your QB practiced in June, which does not matter at all. So it's like Drew Lock won today's practice, Teddy Bridgewater won today. I'm like, that doesn't matter at all. No. So like with you guys following your teams, what's like the BS thing you're seeing like coming out of these training camp reports from I don't know, I follow like every single Broncos beat reporter, so I stay close to it. Like, the fan in you gets excited about it, but you know that there's no merit to the reports at all.
Go ahead, but is anyone else want to take this? I don't follow that stuff.
Yeah,
so
I usually the one thing I hear about all the time, the random undrafted guy that has a great couple practices and they think he's going to become the next Antonio Brown or like Tom Brady. I hear that all the time. It's like, oh, Gary Russell. He was a guy from like 10 years ago. This guy's going to be amazing. He's incredible. He's reaching the holes well. He plays like 3 seasons, like sparingly. I mean, he made the roster. That's great. But I hear that all the time. Duck Hodges was the big one a couple years ago. Like Duck Hodges is going to be the greatest thing ever. And he was great for like 2 weeks. And then
everyone always has their pet cat that they love, that they're like, you know what? This is going to be the next Tom Brady. 6th round. This is going to be the undrafted free agent that we found, the gem, the hidden gem that only we found. And it's never actually hit, for the Cowboys at least. I've been waiting. I've had my pet cats. It's never hit thus far. It has never hit thus far.
Right,
not today. Not today, Satan. Okay.
Not today. Not today.
So I've been following some Packers news, and if you guys don't know, we have about 15 QBs signed to the active roster right now, just because we don't know about one main QB if he's coming back. So Jordan Love, I'm sorry, what's up?
Kurt Benkert?
Yeah. Listen, he follows me back on Twitter, so like we good.
Oh,
we good. Like we good, Kurt.
CHQ, did you have to do that? Really?
But I will say, the best was the overreactions to both days, because there was one practice where like Jordan Love was like really bad and he was like throwing an interception and like Eric Stokes picked him off and like all of this stuff. And everyone was like, yes, he's garbage. Like the Packers are atrocious. And then the next day he like lit it up in practice and everything was silent. And like, it was just that. And I feel like people forget, or they just like, it doesn't matter. Like you said, like it doesn't matter. Like preseason matters a little bit more because at least it's like some in-game action.
Yeah.
But like practice, no. Like half the time, like you're not in pads, no. Like it really truly doesn't matter. It's good reps for them, don't get me wrong, but like, yeah, I just think the overreaction to Jordan Love has been phenomenal, and I can't wait to go through another few months of this.
That's been the last 5 years of my life.
Mark Sanchez used to throw darts in shorts. Okay, he would throw missiles.
And he ran into asses.
Good in the shorts too. So all the Jets fans would just be like, "Oh, look at him throw the football here in practice wearing shorts." And then when they get
hold on, real quick. Do not comment as me on my Twitch, please and thank you. Real quick, do not do that.
Dude, they do that to me all the time, man.
We can continue. Yeah, please don't do that. I don't think it's funny.
Okay.
We can continue though. Sorry,
right.
I just wanted to be clear there.
All right, we're getting towards the bottom of the hour. You guys have anything else to talk about?
Aaron Rodgers will report to the Green Bay Packers.
You guys want to play some more truth or dare?
Oh, jeez.
You guys want to play more uncomfortable?
Spin the bottle.
You got some stuff locked in. I'm afraid right now, 5. You have some burning questions you want to get out that you've been waiting since 3 weeks ago to ask. What is your first truth or dare question that you're just waiting to ask?
Real quick. Speaking of interceptions, Tua, 5 picks. Everyone see that? Five.
Yes,
five
that was the one that I saw. That Tua, like
He's
that
getting
absolutely
destroyed.
means nothing.
Like
Trust
the
me.
media is like fans and like I honestly think that I've seen Dolphins fans like hate on Tua that they're like, and it's crazy to me.
You don't know the context of that. They could be like, "Hey, look, we're working on a blind read.
Yeah,
I want you to." The coach is telling.
We're the right-handed Tua.
Right. Yeah, we want to work on your escapability and throwing against your body. Like we just want to practice it or get it on film to study what makes this interception. And so they might even be doing it on purpose.
Yeah, Patrick Mahomes once threw 5 interceptions. After Alex Smith got traded away, it was Mahomes' first training camp, and Broncos fans were giving him the business on Twitter. His 5 interceptions in training camp, and then he made it to the AFC Championship game. Speaking of players who I predicted to be very good, CJ Anderson. Like the first time I was ever following Broncos training camp, I made a video about him in preseason balling, and so every year after that, I've tried to predict like Tree was saying, the unknown kind of guys who are going to have a breakout season, and I have been wrong every single time after.
Who is your guy for this year?
I haven't done it yet.
Should have been Case Cookus, but you cut him.
Yeah, we cut Cookus. That was
I could have had him too, but they cut him too.
That's horrible.
Yeah. Who is going to pick up Case Cookus next in this group? I pray that it's the Green Bay Packers. I pray, because we need 6 QBs to the active roster right now.
Yeah.
Just watch it be like the Chicago Bears.
Which, by the way, speaking of football, did you see they put in a bid to potentially
new stadium?
Because they're just like, oh yeah, it's okay. We're going to start over with a new stadium, a new QB. It'll be different this time.
Well, you have to remember when they redid Soldier Field, and I think it's been 20 years now. It was a disaster. It looks like an absolute abomination. They decreased the attendance size. They kept the old exterior, but put in this new weird egg-shaped thing. So when you looked at it from above, it just looked like a mismatch of just differing structures and ideologies. They would have been better off just upgrading the old Soldier Field instead of trying to, we're just going to break it up and do something.
No, the old Soldier Field was terrible.
EA said 2033 is what the lease would be up for Soldier, so they're still going to be there a while.
That field is only 21 years old. Okay, it's not an old field.
Well, they're worried because it's an ugly stadium. That's why they're worried.
Yeah, but ugly doesn't. Look at me. Ugly doesn't serve functionality. Functionality does not equal ugly. Is what I'm trying to say. Something there.
I like that we've got tank tops on bottom, t-shirts on top.
Well, we make up the backcourt here, and you guys
are
the rebounders.
You feed us.
T-shirts are dominant.
Guys, this has actually come full circle on Twitter right now. Cole Beasley has weighed in. Cole Beasley, of course, being the former Cowboys receiver, current Buffalo receiver, and he weighs in about his thoughts on players getting vaccinated. If someone wants to navigate to Cole Beasley's Twitter, if they want to pull this up, I can just read it right now, though. It says,
yeah, to do that.
The Players Association is a joke. Call it something different. It's not for the players. Everyone gives me the 98% of people who are vaccinated don't get COVID again. The odds of me getting in the NFL and playing for 10 years are lower than that, and I'm here.
That's not a equal comparison, but
listen, if you work real hard,
he doesn't
get
want to
COVID,
get vaccinated, right?
I don't know, but everyone is roasting him. A lot
I think
of people are roasting him, and a lot of people are on his side.
If Cole was on the fence about getting it, the way he's been just treated by people on Twitter, I'm sure it's pushed him towards not wanting to get it. If a bunch of people tell you you're an idiot because you do or don't want to do something, you just go. It pushes you in the other direction.
I think when Scooter starts getting punished, you should have to listen to Cole Beasley's rap album.
Cole Beasley
actually
can.
I'm not opposed.
The best rapper in the NFL.
Yeah, he might be the best rapper in the league, so I'm not really opposed to that. I will listen to that.
Okay,
That's
well,
not
then
really
not a
that much
Final
of a
piece of
punishment.
news, and I can't believe we didn't lead with this. 27 years ago today, the O.J. Simpson Bronco chase took place.
It happened on the day after I graduated from high school. Not to date myself, but
Wow.
we were
So that was
partying.
like you
and-
you remember where you were when this was going on?
Yeah, we were like day drinking, and
And then you just turned around, you looked up on the TV.
No, so I didn't even know about it, and then we got to a party that night, and someone's like, "Did you hear about OJ and the chase?" So I knew about how Nicole Brown Simpson had been found dead, but I didn't know about the chase. So I show up to this party, and everyone's like, "You haven't seen?" Like, we're like, "No, we've been day drinking like all day," and then then I saw the whole thing, and I was like, "Oh boy, this is bad for OJ." And then he fell victim to cancel culture.
I think the only thing that I remember as vividly that was as outrageous as something like that was Malice in the Palace.
Yes.
Like that,
yeah.
I remember watching that and I was like,
Didn't know where that was going.
what is happening? Oh my, bro, that was wild when that happened.
Yeah, that was pretty crazy. That was like, I was like, man, I should watch more basketball.
I can't even remember. Like, I guess there's so many sports moments that I've witnessed that there's not many where it's like, where were you when? Because the assumption is that you just watched it, right? Like,
Yeah.
how many were so life-altering that you had to watch? Like, we all know where we were on 9/11, but it's like we don't care where we were when, when the Broncos won the Super Bowl because we were all watching it anyways.
I
So-
will say I am very excited for the Olympics coming up here. Very excited. I don't even know how they're gonna do it with everything. I don't even know if it's gonna happen. Still,
I know
How are
that
you gonna
Japan-
bring in everyone from across the world and not expect people to get the vid?
I think
That's all I
Japan
got.
is they're worried about that for that reason. I know
Yeah.
a lot of the Japanese populace is against it now, even though they've spent countless millions of dollars trying to renovate, update, and construct. It's just because, East Asia has been still getting hit pretty hard with
Right.
coronavirus. Japan, India, Nepal,
I
Indonesia,
propose
Sri Lanka.
I propose that they move it to Karate Island. Like, that's where it should be.
No, it should be moved to the island where they film Mortal Kombat.
Something like that. They should bubble
NetherRealm.
it up, move it to an island, not let anybody in, no spectators. Just like, how do you bring people in, quarantine them for 2 weeks and not let them train and practice and get ready? There's going to be like tons of injuries and stuff. Like, this is not a good idea. But
I will
maybe
say
they-
though,
So we'll
there
update
for the
it says-
first time there is a 3-on-3 basketball Olympic event, and it looks dope as heck. I will be watching that. And
who do you think the 3 best basketball players in this group is?
It certainly ain't me. So I'll
You
throw
can't
myself
play?
out of the conversation.
Nope.
All right, so it's this half of the.
Yep, it ain't. It's
Yeah.
I
it
think
ain't.
the
You
bottom
guys are
half.
trash.
I think the bottom half could beat the top half. Honestly, like me and 5 points could take these 3 guys.
Probably.
The two,
I'm
the two
a
power
literal
bottoms
plank on the
beating,
field. That's all you have to
3
do.
top guys.
Yeah,
I think you know what, we should make that happen. Like this summer, let's go out to Vegas or in Florida or
could.
something.
We can meet up
2 on
somewhere.
3.
We should. We should
I
do a
already told
live
you we
version
could
make
of
it happen.
Clickbait.
Don't forget, we could get the freestyle going too now, Tom. I haven't forgot. I've been training.
Aren't you supposed to not train if it's freestyle?
No, you can train for freestyle off the top. Throw it out.
What we
Oh.
have to
That's how
do
you
is
train.
do a fight between democracy and communism, and maybe a fight between me and 5, and probably me fighting everyone here because this is how this goes.
long
It's
as
just
I
like
don't
a
have to
scene in an
fight
airplane when they're
rotating.
lining up with like the wrench and the boxing gloves.
Wait. Did you guys hear that? That sound meant it's time to add up the super chats and declare a winner
Okay, so here's
of
what I think.
today's.
So I think we set a 60-second timer, and then after the 60 seconds, that's it. Like nothing
Fair
counts.
enough.
No, but I have this here.
Oh.
Oh,
Oh.
This is like a buzzer beater.
okay.
So,
Can you put it on like the side so it doesn't take up the whole
I
screen?
don't think there's a way to
I
put it
don't
on the side. I don't think I can.
Josh Allen.
What?
That's
Josh Allen.
StreamYard has some limitations. So
Oh, it's better than what we had.
can I put it at no, you can't upload it as like an overlay. But so what I say is like we call it now, right? And then we do the countdown, and anything that comes after this is done. It
Is
doesn't
10
count.
seconds enough time?
They've had an hour.
Do it like a minute.
I feel like no, because if you're gonna do the buzzer beater, then like you'd be like, I gotta type it in, I gotta like get, I'm just saying. Tree understands.
You want a minute?
Trust me, I'm aware.
Not even a minute. Just do like 30 seconds. Like
Okay,
30
hold
seconds. It's fine. Cut the difference, and we can go around and talk about what
What's
we're gonna
this?
do in those 30.
That has 30
kind of
seconds.
worked. but-
Okay, so all right, we'll shut up for 30 seconds, and
All
this
right.
will be the
Well,
buzzer
we can
beater.
talk.
Any,
All right.
No, it says its mics were muted after. But,
Well, we have to.
You can
You can
unmute
unmute
yourself.
oh,
it. We do it on the dumpster.
I see.
All right.
Something. All right, so
Okay.
after
All right.
these 30 seconds, no more donos count.
All right.
No,
Okay.
30 seconds
Okay.
on the clock.
Okay,
Get ready to donate.
Ready to donate.
Donate to
Ready?
Partner.
let's go.
We're live.
Communism sucks.
No,
It
it
was
doesn't.
so.
No,
Ladies and gentlemen,
inaccurate.
20 seconds remain.
This
Who will
is
be the winner, aka the loser for today's stream?
This is gonna be.
Will democracy reign supreme, or will communism come through yet again?
Oh God.
5 seconds
don't feel
remain.
confident in this
Who
one.
will be victorious?
I don't
It
feel
comes down to this, ladies and gentlemen.
Wow, that was. I
That's
thought
it.
it'd make a sound at the end, but that was a little disappointing.
Anticlimactic. Just
All
like
right.
this.
All right.
We need to
entire
make our
show.
own little thing for it.
All right.
It's not
Yeah.
the same.
We need a super chat countdown.
We need a
Yes,
graphic.
we do. I got
All right.
$21, so I am not winning this week.
I wish I had $21.
Relax.
I got one Twitch Prime totaling $4.99. I also am spared for today. Shouts out to that donation.
I got $64.38. And I want to shout out the Katie Cat, who is a teacher. Multiple donations in this one on a teacher salary.
Wow.
And she crushed it for us.
Yeah.
She crushed
Wow,
it
Katie.
for us. Thank you, Katie.
Thanks all four of the people that donated: Rammers Line, Travis Cecil, Aaron Luna, and Anonym. Thank you.
Okay. So then if we're doing that, plus Lil J, shouts out. Crucial.
Mhm.
Crucial taunt.
Tom, call
So
it.
it comes down to this.
No, actually,
It comes
Tree.
down.
lost. I
to
totally
this.
lost.
Tree has to go.
Okay, well, I am at like 1K, a little over it.
What's a little over?
Like I'm not at 1.1. I'm at like 1,090 or something like that.
I'm at 14.
Communism.
Let's go!
Tom.
Ladies
Tom.
and gentlemen, communism reigns supreme once again.
So
What
Tree
we
and
will
I.
do now is come up
I hope you
with a
eat it, buddy.
punishment applicable
I hope you eat
for
it.
Tom Grossi. What has been teased in the
1
past.
second. I need to do one thing.
Oh, he
I
turned
need to
his
shut
camera
my
off.
camera off.
What has
Clickbait
been teased
Sports.
in the past, for those of you who are unaware, Tom got bodied. He thought he was going to the Super Bowl with a sponsor.
You see this, buddy? You see this? All over your back wall.
That
All
sponsor
over it.
was Head and
Nah.
Shoulders.
Head
Right. He thought he was going to the Super Bowl. Next thing you know, you thought wrong. So we have said, we think this man needs to put Head and Shoulders all throughout his background for at least a week.
No,
See,
What
here's
are
the
our
thing.
thoughts? What are our thoughts?
I
Remember-
think, in
Fine,
addition.
Do you remember that little costume we found on the dumpster?
Oh, yes.
yes.
I know what it is.
I'm unaware
Oh,
of
this
this.
is going to hurt Tommy.
Mhm. We're
This
gonna
is
make you
going
suffer,
to hurt.
man.
Hold on. Let me find
I
this.
will make you
I will. I shall share it with the group.
I will make you hurt.
I can't believe we developed a sports show to help Tree and Tom buy a vacation home.
It's not even a vacation home. Yes. Yes.
It's $325.
Don't
in
worry,
stock,
you
buddy.
can afford it, buddy.
You just got 1,400
You'll
in
get it until
donos. You
next
can afford
month.
that.
Well, I don't care.
Listen,
Don't
you can
have
go
extra money or your pension.
You can find a cheaper one.
Oh, that's the best
Actually,
costume.
and not only this, you have to put the Head and Shoulders decal on that costume.
What would
And
happen if
then-
you? What if you showed up to a furry party dressed like that? You think
And
they
then
still let you in?
Tom, you're not finished, by the way.
Yes.
So after you acquire this costume and place the Head and Shoulders behind you, you will have to watch an hour-long playlist of our choice.
Yes, literally, this is
And-
3 punishments just because.
Buddy,
we're all
you made me
so
listen to
freaked out.
3 hours of Antonio Brown.
You had
You
1
don't
hour
get
of
any
Antonio
say in
Brown
this.
that you dragged
You
out
don't
for
get
3
any
hours.
say.
You're making this is
I
some
lost 10
BS
years
right
of my
here.
life in that
This
damn
man made
stream.
more money. Where's the 10 subscribers that you're supposed to gift the AB album to, Tree?
I couldn't find anything
I
to
haven't
do
seen
money
anybody
for.
on Twitter go,
I
oh, thank you
couldn't
so much,
find
Tree, for
any
my
way
album.
to donate it. Like it was free on YouTube.
Uh-huh.
I couldn't
Uh-huh.
find anything for it. I
Uh-huh.
tried.
So I'm sorry, this whole 3 punishment thing, like, come on now. Like, come on. Like, come on now. Like, come on.
Hey, I don't make the rules, buddy. I don't make the rules.
I'm just gonna say,
You know who else doesn't make
I
the
like the mascot bottle.
I do too.
I think it's fair.
Bad.
Yeah.
I think it's fair.
That's bad.
But he's got to stream with it on. He can't just wear it. Like, I mean,
Do you
Yeah,
want me
at
to
least-
stream the entire Clickbait Sports next week with it?
if it arrives
No.
at time, yes.
I want to do it when it's the hottest in your home.
I
Tom, you
don't
know
have
what this
AC.
you know what this smells like?
that's-
What does that
It smells
smell
like
like?
victory.
I think that's fair. I think he should have to stream next week in the Head and Shoulders bottle,
Yes.
and he's got to do product placement behind him for a week, and that should be fair enough. Tom. Tom.
Do we agree to terms, Tom?
That's fine.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Now that he is accepted,
Can I have the link to that costume, please?
yes, I will send it to you.
Thanks.
Now, after that you have accepted, I want to propose a new rule, though.
Wear it to your last day of school, Tom. Like for the season, for the summer, the last day before summer.
Yeah.
Next week. Yeah, next week.
Is that next week?
Yeah, that's next week.
Yeah, casual Friday, last day.
What is your
summer.
rule proposal? 5.
That everyone gets a one absolute veto that you can use once throughout the year for a punishment that you
A bye week. You can get a
Yeah.
you can get a bye.
True.
One
Just
one
one.
bye that must be used during the season or you forfeit it.
Yeah, how about football season only? You could, like, if someone say, if we agree that you have to do 3 or 4 hours of something that you just cannot do, you should be able to veto that once. But then after that, you get no more buys. And you would have used that one, Tom, but no, you cannot. We'll see you next
Nobody-
week wearing this
Oh my God.
ridiculous.
Never type in shampoo costume and look at Google Images. What I was looking for a costume.
Oh God, I don't even want to know what that
What
is.
is this?
Here, I sent you the link in our message thread. Also,
Okay.
Brandon, you have not been exonerated from doing your session with the TB12 consultant.
Oh, I'm sorry. I haven't found an extra 90 minutes to sit down with a TB12 trainer.
Actually, you know what? We'll reserve that for the season.
I'm going to get it happening. Just give me, I got to have some time.
Also,
I'll get it done.
unfortunately, I will not be here next week. I'm doing something pretty dope next week. I'm sure if you're following me, you will see. So,
Wow.
checking the socials next week.
Scooter is working with Head and
Hold
Shoulders.
on. Oh, okay. I thought you were about to say something.
Scooter's
The contract
personally
is not
training
signed yet.
Ezekiel Elliott next week.
Yes, on how to use Head and Shoulders.
Okay. Yeah. But yes.
All right.
Thanks so
I
much
think-
for watching.
What are we
You made
what are we doing? And then let's end this. What do we got coming out?
So I have a video on every NFL team's franchise quarterbacks, and there's some that don't have any. And that will be interesting to find out which teams in their entire NFL history have not even had a single franchise quarterback.
Not bad.
I had Eli. Okay. That's
Eli is a franchise quarterback.
He is. Okay.
Well, my next vid is going to be on the New York Islanders. I'm actually going to be releasing it a couple minutes after the stream. And also, in the meantime, I will be enjoying Tom's misery for all of us to enjoy. You see this? I'm going to do a live read of this Head and Shoulders bottle. Bourbon deeply cleansing scalp with a bold, smoky
I had to
scent.
get an extra large because apparently it's made for children.
Good. Proven healthy hair and scalp, dude. Your hair is going to thank you in the morning for that, dude.
Yes.
You absolutely know that. Honestly, I hope there's a nice care package that's delivered full of the glories of Head and Shoulders that you can put on your back wall.
Bro, I
replaces
honestly
your
hope
back cast, replaces your Lombardi. No, the only Lombardi you're going to be enjoying is a whole packet of Head and Shoulders.
I honestly hope we can guilt Head and Shoulders into sending Tom to the Super Bowl.
I don't want it. I don't
That's
want it.
my goal.
You don't need it. You
Your
don't
gods are no
need
longer Aaron Rodgers and Aaron Jones. Your gods are Procter and Gamble.
I would
Okay,
like
folks, I just want to say on the bottom it says mascot is a special because it's a mascot costume. Like it's a legit mascot. And it says it's special order. We need 2 to 7 work days to customize them. Your delivery date should be processing days plus shipping days later. So it might not be in next week, and that is
Okay.
through no fault of
It'll
my
be
own.
worth the
That's
wait.
fine.
buddy.
Just-
Right.
It took a little bit for.
I don't need anyone coming out here and saying, you
Yeah,
know, like,
yeah.
just
Don't worry, your
But,
misery will comfort us more.
I would like to personally thank Urinating Tree for finally subscribing to my YouTube channel a few short weeks ago.
I didn't realize I wasn't even subscribed to you.
What an honor!
I'm just sitting there like, wait, I was never subscribed. Oh shit!
Perno,
Because I thought I subscribed back in like
what's coming out
2017.
on that YouTube channel, Perno?
Oh, I got the Madden rejected covers for Madden 22, and it is going live as soon as we end this show.
Oh, nice.
It is my
Tom?
first video that was ever a big success, and since then, it has never done close to what that first one accomplished. But I do it again every year, hoping by chance.
This could be the year. This could be the year.
I got some good zingers in there. Real good. Zingers.
I will be putting out NBA fans after round 2 as
Very
soon
nice.
as
Ooh.
the Nets can take care of business. The Clippers can take care of business. And immediately following this, I will be continuing streaming on Twitch. We're going to do some gaming videos. So all the people watching on Twitch, you want to stick around for 10 to 15 minutes. We'll be right back on twitch.tv/ScooterMagruder.
Hey guys, stick around.
Yeah, I'll be here.
All right,
Good.
we're done.
I hope you enjoy every bit of salt, man.